Welcome to Senior Center Television. I'm your host, Kathy Mitchell, and this afternoon I have Jeanette Miller with me. Welcome, Jeanette.
Thank you.
Jeanette is a collage and mixed media artist, and we're going to talk a little bit about her work this afternoon. But Jeanette, first, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, Jeanette Miller. I was born in Kelowna, which is 17 miles south of here in Iowa. I have an MFA in poetry.
Now, did you get your MFA at the University of Iowa?
Here,
Who'd you,
yes.
but just out of curiosity, who'd you study under?
Oh, let's see. Gerald Stern,
Oh, wow.
Marvin Bell,
Oh, marvelous.
Bill Knott, who
Oh.
was a visiting writer,
Wow.
Linda Gregg,
Mm-hmm.
and then since a couple of them were visiting writers, when it came to thesis time, Jim Galvin signed my thesis.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Boy, you studied under a bunch of really great poets.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so now we've gone from poetry and counseling
Yes.
to mixed media collage.
Yes.
Okay, how did we move into this art
There,
form?
beautiful segue,
Mhm.
because it did that in life too.
Mm-hmm.
It segued. Collage is serious play for me.
Mhm.
It's inner child. I don't take it as seriously as I do the poetry. And lately I've been trying to apply this playful attitude to the writing as well. Because this is just sheer fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fun. I'm like a kid again, maybe like a little girl cutting up paper dolls,
Mm-hmm.
which I did, by the way. And that's what this is.
Well, it's terrific. I want to ask you about the materials. Where do the materials come from?
Okay, a lot of them come from photographs I've taken across the span of time, and a lot of them come from the streets and sidewalks,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents' basement,
Mm-hmm.
or my friends' houses. There are a lot of found objects,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well-
that I find delightful. That's also kind of a mission that I've been teaching my grandchildren, that art doesn't have to be expensive, elitist, or defined in one way. There's beauty everywhere out there.
Now, I ask every mixed media or collage artist the same question.
Mhm.
Do you say to your friends, please save this stuff for me, or do they just automatically know to save it for you?
I can ask for it. Some of them save it for me. When I visit my brother, he said, "Oh, sorry, we've just taken out the trash." It's amazing what's out there.
What is the coolest thing you found so far in all the time that
Oh,
you've
the
been
coolest
What is
thing.
the coolest item you found?
Maybe the little miniature Barbie doll
Uh-huh.
that's
Oh, we'll see
Gorilla
it.
Glued. You'll
We
see
will
her.
see it. We
I
will-
found her in the parking lot of a fitness center in Albuquerque.
Ah.
Okay.
First of all, what's your favorite piece?
I have two favorites, and they seem to be audience favorites.
Okay.
Favorites too.
Okay, so this piece
Yes.
is a combination of bittersweet and really very funny. I mean, black humor.
Yes.
But I want you to think about how you put this together.
Okay. Well, the story is, the backstory is that when I got divorced, I was so angry that I burned my wedding pictures and cut my wedding dress in two. And I have a poem about losing the lower half, the skirt part, in the train. I really did, in moving from place to place. This survived. This is the actual wedding dress. I did have, prior to this show, a thin wire across, but I thought barbed wire would represent more divisiveness.
How was the audience? Okay, this show has been up almost 2 months now.
Yes.
I'm just interested. What kind of responses are you getting from
You
this
know,
piece?
I haven't heard, people stand here and linger for a while
Mhm.
and talk.
Mhm.
I haven't heard directly from anybody. I did hear from the young woman who did the lamination at Zephyr. She'd never seen the piece, but she said, "I've never seen your art, but I love the title." I don't know, there's some kind of irony. These are tableware pieces that were my grandmother's. There's a lot of family stuff here. This is my baby dress.
Oh my.
I love chocolate. I'm into Asian thought, so there's a little bit of emerging background in Japanese prints there.
Okay.
Other than that, I like ritual,
Mhm.
and that was ritual to get me from married with children to divorced, single, independent. It was a ritual that symbolized transition.
Okay. So the one next to it is also the audience favorite?
This was inspired by this shoe. I saw it at Goodwill. I had to have it. It is so grotesque and torturous. And actually, I tried it on. It really is. And so then the idea came to me to get online and get something about the spine. It's my idea, maybe I'm not the only one, who feels there's a link between spinal problems and these kind of shoes. And then my dear friend Anne Gregory, who got her MFA in painting here years ago, sends me little bits and pieces from work she's working on, and I had to put Anne up there as well.
Now I want to ask on some of these pieces that are scattered throughout, you have images from Paris and Rome, so
Yes.
you've done some traveling.
I've done Paris, Rome, Greece, a whole semester in Southeast Asia with my friend Jane Gilmore, who's an
Oh,
artist.
of course I know Jane.
You know Jane? She, as you know, her work is partially inspired by shrines.
Oh yes, the thrones are
And
amazing.
so we were just searching for all kinds of shrines for 4 months. Delightful trip for me. She had the itinerary all planned. I was the passenger. Except she gave me 1 week where I could choose, and I chose Nepal.
Okay, so Jeanette, what is next for you?
It feels like collage is coming to a pause because I'm now putting that energy totally into writing poetry and a memoir. However, this winter I can see myself painting. I've never taken a painting course, and I've bought paint, canvas, I'm just going to play with it without anybody giving me directions.
That's wonderful. It's great. That's a great way to do it. Just go for it. And Jeanette, it's been a delight, so thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you. Delighted to do it.